All right, welcome back to another exciting episode of Expert Excel. I feel like I need a tagline. I need something. So we are now on to slides 71 through 81. This is your guys' favorite part, recording macros. In an earlier assignment, you guys had to, like in Unit 1, we had to move over macros. Now we're going to make some macros. All right, so we're going to open up revenues if you haven't already done so. Make sure that you have the developer tab. If you don't have the developer tab, then you have to go into file options and customize ribbon and turn on the developer tab. Okay, so make sure that you have that because we're definitely going to be using that this time around. All right, so now we are going to create a macro that creates a custom subtotal row at the place you define rather than at some place Excel determines. The rule you follow is that the user, must select the cell where you want the subtotal to appear and run the macro. So we are going to go to D20. We're going to click on the developer tab and then in the code group, we're going to use relative references. So make sure that that is highlighted. Then we want to record macro. For macro name, we're going to have custom subtotals, no spaces. In the keyboard or in the shortcut key box, we're going to do control and the capital letter S. So you'll need to do control shift S. In the description, creates custom subtotal rows, or you can copy and paste that. And then the record macro dialog box should now appear as shown here. Oh, yep, it should look how it does on slide 73 and click OK. We're now recording a macro. So we are going to press shift down arrow. Click the home tab, and in the cells group, insert sheet rows. In the editing group, press shift up arrow. Okay, so we go back we should now be in D20. We're going to go to AutoSum. It says do not press enter. In the clipboard group, click copy. Press tab. And the type equals max, parenthesis, paste, close the parenthesis, press tab. Press the left arrow to go back to it. Click font color, dark blue, text 2. Dark blue, text 2. Oh, first row, fourth column under the theme colors. This is accent 1, not text 2. Okay. Mine says blue-gray. Okay, we'll go with that one. Click the italic button. Click the developer tab. And stop recording. Okay. So it should look how it does on slide 75. Which mine does. We're going to go to slide 76. Now it says now we're going to modify basic macro. On the developer tab in the code group, click Visual Basic. You'll make a simple edit to the macro code that doesn't require knowledge of VBA. Good, because this is not something that I've experienced in. In the left pane under the Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications window, expand the Modules folder. Double-click Module 1. The macro code displays in the code window on the right. In the code window, locate the code line that reads selection font italic equals true. Font italic. Modules. Selection. Oh, right here. Sorry, down at the bottom. Okay. Drag over the text italic and change it to bold. Okay. Be careful not to make any other changes to the code. And then it says in the menu bar at the top of the window, click File and select Close and Return to Microsoft Excel. I'm now on slide 78. In the worksheet, delete rows 20 and 21. These whole rows, we're going to delete those. You will test the macro using the assign shortcut key and ensure that the macro modification works correctly. So in cell D20, press Control-Shift-S. Woohoo! It should run. This time it should be bold though instead of italics. Click the file, save as, and we want to save this as solutions, but we want to make sure that this is a macro enabled workbook. Otherwise, when you submit it to me, I won't be able to see that you actually did that. Now I'm on slide 79. It just talks about some of the security of managing this. So you can't because of malicious software and stuff. It's just saying like you're gonna get errors and pop-ups and things like that, making sure that you know what's going on. But I'm on slide 80 now. So we should have Revenue Solution open. For the previous exercise on the Developer tab, we should go to Macro Security. In the Trust Center dialog box, click Disable All Macros with Notification. To have Excel warn you whenever you've opened a workbook that contains macros, enabling you to turn on those macros or turn off, your decision. So make sure that's selected and press OK. And now we're going to save it. and close it. And we are all done with this one.